He laughing and shit. Yeah. I'm one of them. You gotta act like you know. This should start lag. I'm taking the damn stream down.
Y'all got any dildos, dude? Y'all got any dildos, dude?
Let me go to the store and
You
play
might not
something
know
here.
the word emo, but they do in Manhattan, Kansas. It means every man a Wildcat. And inside Bill Snyder Family Stadium, virtually every man, woman, and child is a Wildcat and loves Kansas State. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Kansas State Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone, they'll put it in play at the 25. Here comes the offense on first down.
Had to take the share screen down. I missed it.
Leaves it with the back. And he
I
was
got screened
fortunate
up,
not
bro.
to lose yards on
Don't
that
want to
play,
join
able
this
to
shit.
wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Guys, it's almost impossible to overstate the importance of this game. The result might well be the cut line between really good bowl and the playoffs.
It's a really good point, Reese, because at this point of the season late, this is a resume builder, and this might be the win that you need to improve your status and impress the committee so that they put you in.
And they got him for the sack.
That's a great individual effort by him right there. When I think about Ohio State football, too, especially on defense, right, it's the legacy of the Silver Bowl. It's guys flying around, giving great effort and getting to the football, but it all has to start up front on the D-line. You've got to be dominant at that position, and right there, you just saw that, the ability to win one-on-one and make a play.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
So we're scoreless, their first drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time taking a gamble by going for it on fourth down in his own territory. He's got a first down and maybe a lot more. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Kansas State back at it after picking up the first down. They'll try the run. Jukes his way for more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
First down, you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
This Kansas State offense is moving quickly down the field. On the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
He's got his man. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
It's first down from the 37-yard line. Looking for space. It's Rice.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
The inside handoff. Tackled, but he has a first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Running with power. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Man, and that fires you up as a defense. That gives you some extra juice. When you come in there and knock the living fire out of someone, everybody on the defense gets jacked up.
The negative play leaves him with 2nd and 12. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Zings it complete to the right. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
They're going to run just about their entire opening script on the first drive of the game. 12th play coming up on 3rd down. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the change for the first down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
K-State trying to cannonball their way to a score from the red zone. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Wildcats!
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And he added the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Try to get it to the edge. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, nice job there by the running back. They toss it to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good gain for this offense.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has, and he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye back.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest and pound that rock.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. To the ground to try to move the chains. Slips a tackle and he's got room. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
The Buckeyes are on the move. DB's right up on the receivers. He's looking to throw it. They're trying to get to it. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game almost for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these 2 teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
The Buckeyes will go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play in. You've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
Here comes the option. He'll toss it. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
Offense facing 4th down.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got him and they convert. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the 1st down. The Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Here's the handoff. Runs through the tackle. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
You know, tackling is a lost art in college football. I'm sorry. You got to do a better job defensively there. At least two different guys had a chance to bring him down. They couldn't do it.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll leave it with him. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a 1st down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Shakes off the tackle.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, you've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
You know, you start day 1 of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a 1st down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective and they get...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He now has 79 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. On 1st and goal, let's see what Kansas State calls. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
Using the quick game. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. I see a look of disappointment from this kicker, but that offense is happy. They'll stay out there and go for it. 4th and goal from the 4. Hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he won't quite make it back to the 20-yard line as he goes out of bounds at the 19. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Getting late here in the 1st half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points, and you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut it to a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the 2nd half, because obviously, you know,
Pass on the way, it's picked off. And how about that play? Even with the short return, they're in the red zone. They've got it at the 17.
And to me, that is the downside of a flea flicker, man. Sometimes it creates so much momentum in a big play, but a lot of times you see this moment, the quarterback wants to force it, take that big shot, and be so aggressive.
There's going to be a conversation after this game between the offensive play caller and his head coach. The big man's going to be asking why he's dialing up trick plays to turn the football over. That is not what is supposed to happen when you dial up a flea flicker.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Feeling some heat. Got it behind the line. It's Rice. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Kansas State pushing the pace. Quarterback checking off. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. This defense trying to stand tall on 4th and goal from the 2. Looking to pass. It's Barnett. Getting some heat. Looking to buy time. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
Man, those 4th down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
He's going to throw it from his own end zone. Going to try to get it himself. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Kansas State 14, Ohio State 0.
Kansas State will kick it off to start things in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Baker. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring goal.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. They'll run for it on 4th down. Tackled after picking up the first down.
This is a running back, man, that just finds a way to get it done. Critical 4th down. Everyone thinking they're going to throw the football, but they hand it off to him, and he helps keep this drive alive.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Still on his feet at the 45. And finally, a little production in the passing game. That has been sorely lacking in this one.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
And here comes play number 6 of the drive. They'll give it to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you are.
Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Buckeyes! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Unloads to the right. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect him to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
Wow, the quarterback got away with one there. He's lucky that defender dropped that pass because if he picks it, he might have taken that one to the house.
What a turning point this could be. The offense is going for it inside its own 30. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Skips away from pressure. Takes a hit as he fires. It's caught downfield. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Leaves it with the running back. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
It's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
And he intercepts it. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. He spent his whole career in the backfield, now 40 career sacks.
That is absolutely insane. A guy that can get to the quarterback that much. You know where he's at, Paul. He's on the end of the line of scrimmage most of the time. You're pointing to him. There's the guy we got to make sure that doesn't make the play, and he gets to the quarterback time and time again.
There are very few players, I think, in college football, David, that you need to know where they line up each and every play because they are going to disrupt everything. This guy has been that all throughout his career. 40 sacks. That is unbelievable.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Fires to the middle. He makes the catch. At midfield, he's got room. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Nice play design on that one. They make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making an accurate throw.
And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
On third down, going up top. Throws toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's caught inside the 15. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
Gain of 28. 1st and goal, Ohio State.
On the set.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Kansas State 14, Ohio State 7.
They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stuffed. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4. The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State. Lining up for the PAT. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the 4th. They took it 71 yards down the field, and they finished it off with the score from the 4. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. So first down didn't...
That secondary is.
All right, I'm back.